Hey, yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, and we back at it, man. We still on the Forza Horizon 3 train. It's getting very close to the release date of Forza Motorsport 7. I did end up getting the VIP version, so I will be getting it on the 29th. So I'm going to get to playing that as soon as I get it, man. Make as much money as I can in order to do some builds for you guys. You know how it works, man. But for today's video, we have a request as per usual, coming from a couple different people on YouTube. Supra Guy, the BMX channel, SS Car XRD, and Sebastian Hausner all want to see a 1,000 horsepower Supra build, man. Now, if it was just a plain old Supra build, then I probably would have overlooked this one. But since we have a actual power number to hit, that's what kind of piqued my interest on this one, man. We've done Supras in the past, but this one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to make a high horsepower Toyota Superman. So first and foremost, what we need to do is select the Supra that we're going to use for this build. Now, I think there's a couple in here. We have a 1998 Supra RZ, that's a Celica, 1992 Supra 2.0 GT, and another Celica, and I believe that's it as far as the Supras go. So I'm thinking for the biggest horsepower gains possible, we're going to have to start out with the 98 Supra RZ. Those of you guys who are familiar with this car, that legendary 2JZ, I believe from factory it's a twin turbo 3-liter motor, if I'm not mistaken. So I think this is going to be a nice base to start with. So we're going to go ahead, buy this car up. And don't forget, in an upcoming video, we are going to be announcing an auction taking place on Forza Horizon 3. So when I do let you guys know, head on over to the auction house, search, and then click X for advanced options, and just type in your boy Don Squally's DONSQUALE gamer tag here, and you will get pretty much every single car that I'll be selling and auctioning off. So there's going to be a whole lot of cars for you guys to choose from, and lots of cars that have been featured on the channel. So right off of the bat, we're going to get started with the upgrades on this bad boy. So you guys know how we do it. I like to just check out the engine conversions. Now, like I said, we're going to be sticking with that 3-liter. Looks like we're already rocking 239 kilowatts from stock. Now, the number we're going to be looking for here is 745 kilowatts. Now, the reason I have it in kilowatts is because I live in Canada, so I like to leave the speedo in kilometers per hour, so that a lot of you guys may notice that. That is my reasoning behind that. So we have a little bit of work to do. Now, as you can see, that single turbo is definitely going to help us get towards our goal a little bit better. Adds a little bit of weight to the car, but I think for this setup, it's going to be more than okay. Now, as far as body kits go, I want to keep something kind of simple, not too ricey, but I'm not going to lie, I do like that trial front bumper. I believe that's the one that Paul Walker was rocking in Fast and the Furious, but I think I'm going to go with the AB Flug bumper. These guys do it right, not too ricey, not too crazy. We're going to skim through a couple of our wing options here, and I've had a couple of builds in the past where I removed the Supra wing, and people got super offended and upset, as you know, people tend to do on YouTube. But what I think I'm going to do for this one is go ahead and put on this C West Street rear wing. Now, it is very aggressive. Actually, I almost like the June wing, man. Let's go ahead and throw that June on. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, next up is, that trial rear bumper. So we just have a mutt of a vehicle here, all different types of body kits and skirts going on this car. But I think in the end, once we paint it up, all one color, well, it is one color now, but once we paint it up, our final color, I think this thing is going to be looking right. Now, as far as the hood goes, I'm going to go ahead and install that. This thing's definitely very aggressive as far as the look goes, so the hood is definitely going to complement that nicely. Now, I'm thinking we're going to put on a Horizon race tire compound for this one, just to switch it up a little bit. I don't usually put the tire letters on cars, especially of this nature, but I think because this is going to be such an aggressive and high horsepower build, I think it'll fit the race car persona quite well. well. Now, I'm not exactly sure what kind of wheels I want to pick here. Normally, I have an idea, so I'm just going to quickly skim through a couple of different options, obviously, until I find something that I think suits this beast right now. Now, even though these wheels are probably going to get painted, I'm kind of liking the Rotiform BLQs. They have a little bit of a concave in them, and they have a nice spoke pattern. So I think even though for the time being they're probably going to remain black, once we do paint them, I think these are going to be a nice choice. So we're going to big up that wheel size to an 18, and a lot of you guys are probably going to ask why. And once I lower it, I think it'll really bring everything together. Now, since we're going to go for such a high horsepower build on this one, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the transmission. That's going to give us full customization once we get out on the road, and we're going to be able to really tune this thing in. Now, as far as the ride height goes, because we're going to be going extremely fast, I want it to be as low and aerodynamic as possible. So I think obviously the race springs are going to be the way to go on this one. We're going to do a little bit of weight reduction on this. And now, like I said, I believe, what did I say? 745. That is the number that we're looking to reach here. So we're just going to go ahead and modify a few of the key aspects that I want to get modified right away, which is the camshafts as well as the turbo. Let's see where we sit, 628. So that's already helping quite a bit. We're going to go ahead and do oil cooling, lightweight flywheel, which really isn't giving you too much horsepower, just lightening the car slightly. So we're sitting at about 650 performance points. We got a little ways to go, so we're going to go ahead, keep modifying this until we reach our goal. And it may be that we max this thing out to get there. 745 is what we're looking at. So we're going to just keep going. We only got a couple of things to do here. 730. And it looks like 750, 742. That's going to be right around 1,000 horsepower. You know what? I'm going to just go ahead and max this out. We're going to call it 1,000 horsepower maxed out, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing performs. With it being a single turbo, I have a feeling that that turbo lag is really going to kick us in the ass. But as with any car, we're going to find that out a little later on in the video. Now, gearing right off of the bat, we're going to look 360 top speed. That's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that the way it is. Now with this build, I'm going to have this a square setup all the way around. No messing around, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know me. I'm a sucker for slamming and stancing vehicles. But because this one is going to be going so fast and really going to have more than enough power for me to handle, I think we're going to go ahead, stiffen everything up, square setup, and differential. We're going to go ahead, rock it out to high on acceleration and deacceleration. And the one thing that I'm going to do with this car that I don't normally do is take some of the air out of these tires, and that's going to allow us to get grip a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead, 1.3 bar. I'm not exactly sure what that is in PSI, but it should help us out. So we're going to go ahead, obviously, take care of this paint job next. Now, right off of the bat, I'm a big fan of red Supras. That blue's actually not very bad either. White looks pretty good, but you can't really see the lines of the car. But I think I'm going to go with a custom paint on this one. So I'm going to skim through a couple of different options and find something that I think suits this build nicely. Now, inside, I really wanted to go with the manufacturer red, but I think we're going to go with something a little bit different. You know, this paint, aside from the manufacturer red, a little bit darker, almost identical, but I don't know. I just like to be a little bit more unique than the stock red, if you guys know what I'm saying. Now, as far as the wheels go, I'm thinking a red and white combo on this car might look halfway decent. Now, with this wheel setup and the tire letters, I'm actually thinking the black might look a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead, paint those gloss black. Windows all tinted up. Now that wing, I would like to see the wing painted in black. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. And I guess for the hood, let's just do it real big, man. We'll go and put a carbon fiber hood on there. Now, with that being said, I think we are just about ready to see what 1,000 horsepower in a Supra can do. Now, I'm not expecting this thing to be a whole lot out of the hole. However, with the low tire pressure, I'm hoping that's going to help the grip a little bit and make this thing not quite as much of a drift monster, but more so a fast straight line car. So I think what we're going to do is go away from the city, just keep this thing on the nice open road, maybe cruise the coast here, see what it can do. So right out of the gate, I'm noticing that I don't know if the grip is necessarily better with low tire pressure. It almost feels like at high speed that it gets a little squirrely in the back end, but I don't know if that's the 1,000 horsepower that's propelling me forward. Into 6th gear here, still pulling extremely hard. Oh man, that would have been devastating. That would have been absolutely devastating had I hit that trophy truck. Now, man, that's a big power slide. Okay, so let me see if I can get a hold of this thing without the tires spinning. Turning and gassing this thing is really where the biggest issue is, I think. Whoa, because as soon as you hit the gas and you're any bit turning the wheel, she goes sideways. But man, this thing is really, really beasting right now. Oh, damn, messed up that one. We were having a good run there. Heavy on the gas. Ooh. Okay, we're losing her into a rock. Okay, so we definitely already would have wrecked this thing by now. Oh, I love those tire letters, man. Just looking sick. Okay, so what I wouldn't mind doing, let me just mess around with some tire PSIs here. Oh, no, we do not want to go to the festival. We want to tune our car. Now, really, like I say, I haven't messed around with this kind of stuff too much, so I'm going to add just a little bit more tire pressure. Now, I know out of the gate that's probably going to give us a little more wheel spin, but I think in the top speed, that a little more tire pressure probably couldn't hurt. Whoa. Now, you guys know me, well, if you do know me and you've been subscribed to the channel for a while, you know I don't really like to get too carried away and max out too many builds. I like to do sort of modest, easy to drive builds, mainly because it makes me look like a better driver and an all-star. But this is one of those builds that I'm actually quite surprised that it handles the way that it does, because it's got a whole lot of power. I mean, you know, as much grip as we can get in this game. Woo-wee! And, I mean, it's actually not a bad little ride here. Let's take this. Let's see what the R8's up to. Oh, it's my cousin Wheels. I think I got my ass handed to me in one of our last videos by my cousin Wheels, the Drivatar. You know, we're just gonna steer away from him this time around, because I have a feeling this thing's not much of a race car, and it's not much of a canyon carver either. I'm in here trying to do my best to keep it straight, and it's more of a straight arrow type of thing when you get out there, hit the highways, do some top speed runs. I think that's where really this thing's going to excel. But I'm trying my best here, keeping her on the road, sort of. Brakes could use a little bit of work. When I hit the brakes, it tends to lock up and slide a little bit. I'm not sure if this car had ABS from the factory, or if Forza Horizon even recognizes factory ABS and stuff like that. I know it has its own little ABS going on there. So I don't even think they really deal with the factory specs in that respect. But pretty much everything else, this thing's pretty much legit, man. I don't know. It's running good. Feels good. It's handling pretty good. It looks like an old school Corsica, man. For those of you guys who know Corsicas, looks a little bit old school. But I mean, it runs good, it sounds good, your classic 2J power. Let's fast travel down to the city where we can get ourselves a nice little backdrop happening and put an end to this video. So as always, if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like button. If you guys have not subscribed yet, definitely do so, man. We're going to be doing all types of videos like this. Hoping when Forza Motorsport comes out, it's as popular as Horizon 3 was for the channel, because when I first got Horizon 3 and started uploading these videos, I don't want to say I was one of the first, because I definitely wasn't, but these videos definitely helped push my channel to a different level. I think we went from like 5,000 to 40,000 subscribers in a matter of just a couple of months. So I'm hoping we can get the same kind of, what do they call it? The same kind of effect with Motorsport 7, I guess we could say, man. So let me know if you guys are looking forward to those videos, and definitely keep an eye out for the auction coming in the very near future. I'll just let you guys know that. But with that being said, I am your boy D Nolly, aka Don Squally, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and we're gonna catch y'all at the next one, man. Peace. Oh no! Oh, for fuck's sake, every fucking time. Showdown, bitch. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Should have had a V8, yeah? Recovery of a lifetime. Oh fuck! Oh no! Oh! Fuck! Yeah, just keep on rolling there. Yeah. Don't worry about the racer.